guys! In this video I'll be covering all the challenges in Inazuma as of 2.0. I'll also be throwing in some commentary when I think it's necessary, mostly for challenges that need some bit of strategy. So let's start off in Narukami Island. This gliding challenge in Chinju Forest is an absolute pain. It might take you a couple of times to get this one right. Essentially, you have to figure out which point you have to attach yourself to. I won't be speeding up this clip so you can get a better understanding. I still can't believe after all that pain all we get is a common chest. For this challenge, I suggest summoning your Waverider before starting and park it somewhere around here. That way you can save yourself some time once you start the challenge. This challenge will have you fighting two mirror maidens, that is the Hydro Booba ladies for those who don't know. I would suggest bringing a Cryo character to freeze them and to bring your strongest DPS, because these ladies have thick health bars. That should be all for the challenges in Narukami Island. Now let's move on to Kannazuka Island. This challenge will have you fighting one Electro Lawachurl, Cryo and Pyro would work well here, but if your DPS hits like a truck, then it doesn't really matter. This challenge is a bit tricky because you'll have to fight under the Thunder Sakura. If you haven't done the Sakura Abroism quest from one of the NPCs nearby, you'll continuously be targeted by lightning. I suggest completing the quest first before trying out this challenge for an easier experience. But if you don't want to, you could always go out of the Thunder Sakura radius and wait for the Whopperflowers to teleport to you, and you can finish them off. Another challenge with 2 Mirror Maidens. Bring your toughest DPS because they're really tanky, and if possible, bring an Electro and Cryo character to proc Super Conduct, or an Anemo character to group them together. For this next challenge, you'll have to destroy 12 Cryo barrels. I would suggest using the Waverider, it makes things a lot easier, but if you believe in your good aim, then an archer would work as well. In this challenge, you'll have to defeat an Anemo and Hydro Fatui, as well as a Mirror Maiden. I suggest bringing a Cryo character to freeze them, and as for your DPS, I think any of your strongest should be enough to carry. A friendly reminder that if you're struggling with these fighting challenges, you can always eat some food buffs. Another challenge that has you near a Thunder Sakura. If you haven't completed the Sakura Abroism quest, lightning will continue to strike you as long as you're in the vicinity of the tree. Though the lightning strikes should be easier to avoid this time, considering you'll be running the whole time. In this challenge, you'll go against a Pyro and Electro Abyss Mage. I suggest bringing a Hydro and Cryo character to break the shields quicker, then just bonk them with your strongest DPS. onto the challenges in the Tatarasuna area. This whole area is like walking into a radioactive zone. You'll continuously lose health here if you're not holding onto an Electro, but they're also not very easy to find. Never mind. So make sure you have at least one healer in your team. Barbs will do just fine. This challenge requires you to collect orbs that are in the water. I'd suggest teleporting to this waypoint and sail the Waverider to the starting point of the challenge. And unless you want to play on hard mode or torture yourself, please don't use Ayakawa Muna. The Waverider is a much safer option. This challenge will have you fighting 3 Electro Lawachurls. If that makes you sweat, then eat some food before starting the challenge. Bring your strongest DPS, preferably one that can deal AoE damage. Cryo and Pyro characters will also work well here. This gliding challenge can be a bit difficult if you're unsure of where to go, but basically after collecting the second orb, turn right and the rest should be smooth sailing. Don't turn left, or you're f***ed. All the challenges in Kannazuka Island. Now on to Yashiori Island. For this challenge, you'll be fighting 2 samurais. I suggest bringing Cryo and Hydro to freeze them, then use your strongest DPS to bonk them in the head. Should be all of the challenges in Inazuma. I hope this video has helped you with grinding and completing the challenges. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section and I will get back to you. See you next time and thanks for watching.